Academy Award winner Cuba Gooding Jr. finally is speaking out regarding the Little Rodney allegations, as well as his relationship to Diddy. And while he tries to distance himself from Diddy, he also kind of admits he knows exactly what Diddy is doing. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and show me the money. I always wanted to do that because that's basically what Cuba Gooding Jr. is trying to say about Rodney Jones. He's just after the money, and now he's trying to claim I barely know Diddy. But you got to watch this interview, folks, because I noticed something very specific, and we're going to get to it right away. Cuba Gooding Jr. knows exactly what Diddy's doing, even though he's trying to claim otherwise. Watch this with me. I'm going to start and stop it as we watch it. But tell me I'm not crazy and see if you notice it before I pause it.
What do you think's going on with all the stuff with Diddy, with Little Rod, with, all the stories that everybody's hearing about?
You mean in terms of what?
I mean, being raiding his house being raided.
I mean, that's crazy. That's the craziest thing I'd ever. And then, hey, how about me? I wake up in the morning, I turn on the Today Show, and actor Cuba Gooding Jr. I was like, excuse me, pull me into this. I think whatever he's dealing with, he's on his journey, man. I think that God has got him on a path where I can't imagine that he's stupid enough to do whatever he's doing and keep it on his premises. I think.
What? What did you just say, Cuba?
I can't imagine that he's stupid enough to do whatever he's doing and keep it on his premises.
I can't imagine he's stupid enough to do what he's doing and keep it on the premises. I'm sorry. What? So you just admitted he's not stupid enough to keep what he's doing on premises, which implies you know exactly what he's doing. Chat, am I crazy or is that what he just said? I mean, dude, you just said it. You just said what we all knew. Everybody knows what Diddy's doing, and you just said he's not stupid enough to know what he's doing and keep it on premises. Let's keep going.
I think that the raid and all of that stuff, only time will tell. Who was involved, who had been a frequent guest in these places and areas. It's funny because my lawyers said, every outlet in the world wants to talk to you. And again, I'm like, I'm not defining myself from some headline in the press. So I stayed quiet. And it's so funny. So I'll tell you a little story about who my girlfriend is. She gave Robert De Niro 3 grandkids. Her name is Claudine De Niro. She married his son, Raphael. They separated, and we've been together for a while. But she, at one point, ran Naomi Campbell's publicity. She, at one point, ran P. Diddy's publicity, right when he started doing the white party thing. Mm-hmm. He had just gotten freed from indictment, found not guilty. Did he? And he said to her, I'm going to die running with these niggas, man. I need you to help me with the white folks and the switch. And so she helped cultivate his new image. So they had a friendship for years. But
by the way, Cuba's right. That's what Diddy did. Now, is Cuba basically... Now, if Cuba's going to go full in and throw Diddy under the bus, I'm all for it. And Cuba, come on the show and clarify this. Hit me up, DM me, hit us up. I would love to interview about this. You got to really come clean because what you said at the beginning basically implies you know exactly what he's up to.
I had never met him till probably 2019-20, just casually, Claudine and I. He invited us to his house. The pandemic was starting to ease, and hadn't seen him since that night where this guy with this picture that says that I had my shoulder on him and all this stuff, making it look sordid. Well, that picture, everyone in the room, there's probably 300 of us on the deck of P. Diddy's, I'm going to show you, on P. Diddy's boat, New Year's Eve. I went from one ship, Happy New Year. So I hung out with Tyson, and next ship, there's Drake. This ship had P. Diddy.
Drake was there? Did you hear that one too? I don't think we confirmed that Drake was at a Diddy party. Thanks for that one though, Cuba.
This guy, his videographer, they're listening to music. And he says, hey, Cube, listen, you want to hear P. Diddy's new song? I said, yeah, sure. Sit down next to him. They didn't use this angle. which to me makes me laugh because I go, oh, I get it. You made it look the way you wanted it to look. But and if you hold it, you know how you hold it and it does the thing?
So Cuba's trying to show the host it's a live photo. So when you hold it down, you can actually hear and see the video surrounding the photo.
Can you hear all the people? If you tap it or something, it's a live picture. Do you see what I mean? It's like, here we are, just listening to music. Finished, took the thing off, said whatever I said to him, left. That was it. But this guy who's suing him, going after the money, man. I'm sure. And by the way, I don't know P. Diddy's life. I don't know what he's going through. I don't know what the police are going to find on all of that.
Were you guys close? Were you guys friends or?
We were acquaintances, just like I just showed you. Yeah. 2-3 times I've seen him. So it's.
Oh, so Diddy, you've only seen him 2 or 3 times.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So why would they include you all of a sudden in some way?
I think because of the darkness of the other grab of the cases that I already had went through.
Right. A lot of that stuff is 18 though, 19, right? Those are from 5-6 years ago.
That's
the cases.
Right. That's
yeah.
Right.
So he was charged with his own stuff, and it is what it is. I'm not as educated on it, so I don't want to speak too out of turn. But what do you think about this? One, I love the reveal that Drake's at a Diddy party. Keep that in mind, people. But now there's 2 ways to look at this. Cuba's covering it up. That's one angle. Cuba knew exactly what was going on, was covering it up, and maybe is trying to throw Diddy on the bus because he knows, let me try to get away from it. That's one. Or he's trying to make sure he's distanced himself because he really was an acquaintance, but he's assuming like everybody else. And that's what he's heard. But that comment at the beginning to me is incredibly telling. So Cuba, look, I don't know what to think, man. I don't know you that well. And to be fair, at the end, he does make a good point. He's an easy target. It's an easy target because of his past. But what's interesting, as these photos came out, and this is the one he claims he sort of only knew him for so many years, but TMZ's already proved that it was more than that. It was more than that. There are several photos. This is from 2003. Now again, this might have been just a quick run by. We don't know the exact extent of it, but he says they're acquaintances. Worth noting, Cuba's says he never met Diddy until 2019, though a photo of him next to him in 2003's have been dug up in recent weeks. Unclear if Cuba just forgot the meeting or if the photo has just happened to be captured both of them. Looks like Cuba's trying to take big step back away from this, downplaying his affiliation big time. But it is, maybe he just didn't remember and he's like, what's up? And passed the guy. It is possible. But you got to be careful, Cuba, because the internet is the best detectives. They'll find everything, every moment you guys have been together, and Diddy records everything. So I hope Cuba, look, I don't want to, I want to believe the guy. I don't know. I know he has his own issues that he's now sorted out and they've done their own trials and things. Regarding this one, he makes a good argument there. I'd love to see that live photo. So Cuba, hit us up, popcornplanet@gmail.com. We're happy to have you. We'll try, you know what? Let's just try to reach out as well, or hit him up if he's on social. I'd love to have this conversation, because if this is true and this is shakedown, and Cuba is, I hope, sorry if my thing flipped, I'm back. If Cuba really is not that close to Diddy, well, then I hope he'll come forward and really cement that harder and be confident about it and show us and prove it and call out whatever he knows about Diddy, because that's the problem here. We don't want to keep letting this stuff happen. And I can tell he sort of wants to try to be the better person and let God, put him on his journey, whatever, but I want to figure out what Diddy's done, and is he guilty, and should we be making sure he takes accountability? That's what I'm about. And Cuba, the internet's going to jump on this and assume you're a part of it if you don't help sort of put the kibosh on it, if you know what I mean. So what do you think about all this? Was that quote shocking to you? Are you surprised Drake was at that same yacht party? Tell me your thoughts down below. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the bell for all alerts as well. Smash that like button and leave your comments on this topic. We got so much more coming. Plus, we'll be live later today. There's an interview of the real life Martha from Baby Reindeer on Netflix. We'll be covering that for you as well. So hit the subscribe. Join us later. And thank you guys so much for watching here on Popcorn Planet.